Let's flip the narrative. Welcome to FTN again. I'm Lisa, and I'm with
Right now.
Rena. Guys, we missed you. It's been, it's been some time, but we're back. Yeah, we're back as we never left. So, guys, we hope you also missed us.
I know, right?
Yeah. So, by the way, these days a lot is happening. Yeah. Tell me why.
What?
Just recently, my friend, she was telling me, how we need to be serious about life. And it's like, girl, yeah, we gotta be serious about this life. But yeah, the all serious thing she was telling me, Lisa, we need to, start acquiring some, properties and stuff. I was like, that's a good idea because, who doesn't love property? Everybody loves property. But let me ask you, if you get like some good amount of money, what would be the first? Let me not say, I'm not talking about you, getting a flight ticket to Maldives or somewhere else.
Yeah,
I just
to
want
go and touch
something.
the yen and go to Japan.
I just want something like in terms of assets. And when I say asset, let's remove assets that depreciate. Yeah.
You're being very specific.
Yeah, I'm being very specific. I just want something,
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
If you had like good money right now, I don't know where that good money is gonna come from, heaven. But if you get some good money, what's the first thing you like basically think of getting?
Well, I first treat myself to a good meal. Then, while I'm at the meal,
Does that mean
no, as I'm there, then I think of, getting land, property, condos,
condo?
Yeah, I know.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, but that is something that I think everyone's mind goes to, like buying land.
Of course.
Yeah.
Everybody wants that nice penthouse.
Yeah.
Anyways, why do you think you would love to get land?
I feel like that. I don't even know why you would ask such a question.
Exactly. Let me tell you why I'm asking. Because, guys, let me tell you. Sometimes these days I'm thinking, because Timothy I think this is peer pressure.
You think so? I don't think so. I think
Because why do I need to get land first? Why can't I invest that little money in something else that is going to, maybe make profit? Because yes, land appreciates, but there are better businesses you can think of. And honestly, you build, wealth as you go as well. I'm not saying land is a bad option, but for some reasons, I think it's sort of like peer pressure. Man, turi mu Kigali.
it is okay. Let me subscribe to that peer pressure. It's okay. I'm okay with it because I feel like, well, the way you posed the question was, I land into some money. Oh, I wish I land in that money tomorrow, but I land into some good money. Yeah. No, there's good money. I'm not thinking of buying land that is, they are buying land. Yeah. We're talking land. So if I get somewhere, get good money, obviously I'll think of buying land. And when I get the land, I'm thinking of actually putting up something on that land. Could be the condos I'm actually talking about. Yeah. Putting up something there.
No, I hear you. But to come to what I was saying, guys, I'm not saying you don't need to get land. But honestly, you need to actually first think, why am I getting this land? Yeah? Because I've seen, jokes aside, I've seen people who are just buying land because everybody else is doing so.
Land.
Yeah. So yes, you even be getting like maybe 5 million and you go somewhere where I'm not saying electricity won't get where there is no hope for development. I'm not saying, actually you need to be realistic and you need to be calculative about those kind of decisions.
Yeah.
So yes, there is buying land, which is a good thing, but let's be realistic. Let's be vigilant. Let's be, it's like you're thinking forward before you take that kind of decision. Yeah. So, but again, yes, land is a very good thing to acquire. But do you think when you acquire land, and maybe you leave it for some time? Because I've seen we might agree to disagree, but I've seen a lot of people buying land and they let it be for, a good period of time, let's say 10 years, and
it's
just
doing
because they are
what?
waiting for it to appreciate. They are like, no, even if you don't do something, because now I will tell you, yes, most of the youth who are buying this land and what, we don't have money to develop this land. So you usually get, that car 5 million, you buy a land somewhere, and then you're like, yeah, maybe, hopefully in 5 to 10 years, this land will appreciate. And then we kind of, so my question is, do you think that's a way of building wealth? Or when you buy land and you leave it somewhere, it's actually buying land. At the end of the day, yes, nothing is going.
It will appreciate. But like, okay, I do get your point. I do get your point now. But with land, I feel like even buying land alone is not an easy thing. It's not an easy thing to do, because people have been defrauded when they're buying land, by the way.
Of course.
You buy land and the land was never there to begin with. Because I think there is that famous quote. I've forgotten it. I've forgotten who said it. Whereby they say land is not like vegetables. Buying land is not like going to the market and you're buying vegetables. You actually put thought into it. So I don't know how you tell me I'm going to invest in a surveyor, invest in a broker, invest in having, getting the certificate and everything, and then I'm just going to leave it to sit there. It doesn't make sense to me.
No, to me, I don't think you want to leave it just like that. You just can't afford developing this land. That's first.
Or you can't have to buy it. Save up to also develop it.
But again, to me, it's like, I'm not saying, guys, I'm again saying, like, yes, buy land, but be realistic. Actually, roll forward before you do anything about land. Because I just, this common stereotype that whenever you get like some small money, first, put it in land is going to appreciate. It's a nice way of saving, but don't look at it as a way of building wealth. That's where I'm coming from. Yes, you can save. I'm very sure anytime you take 5 million, 10 million, the land is not going to depreciate. Worst case scenario, you will get the amount of money you've invested. It's more like saving, which for me at this age, you're not supposed to do that. We are at an age of taking risks. Yeah, you need to actually think, if I'm putting money here, I'm willing to take calculative risk to either make a profit or a loss. If I make a loss, obviously I learned something.
Yeah, but you're kind of assuming that our only audience are people our age. No,
not people our age. But again, today, guys, when we talk about land, usually, this, older generation, maybe they have already acquired land. But yes, today, obviously, we're talking to the, all age gap. But I was, coming from the point where we've seen like a lot of youth being like, ufite ubutakas nje mfite ikibanza, bro. It's like,
but it's a flex. It's a flex. I mean,
it's a flex, but that's saving. It's not a way of building wealth. And what are we looking at currently? If you 30, 25 and above, and before you reach your 50s, you're looking on the way of building wealth. Like my guess, or my for me, I don't want to bet on saving. I want to bet on building wealth. So I want to see everything that is going to help me in that. So that being said, do you think foreigners can really acquire land in Rwanda?
Yeah, actually, I was also going to tell you, like, when you mentioned earlier about different stereotypes that are concerning land, and I wanted to actually also pose that to you. When it comes to Rwanda, there are a lot of stereotypes that are there, or myths that are there concerning land ownership. Yeah, because I mean, we've heard that, when you're in Rwanda, you can't actually own land, or you don't, you cannot buy land, or like, okay, they're actually there. You hear people with such thoughts moving around, and people are saying that. I want to know. I know you can buy land. I just want to understand the mechanics exactly.
Like, you mean how, or
what kind of? Because different jurisdictions have different laws
Yeah,
governing
no, I
land.
get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would say yes, obviously, as any country in Rwanda, you can acquire land.
Okay.
So I think what is different is in the terminology. Usually the legal terminology, what it means and what those legal terminology implies. So when we talk about having ownership of the land, we again think of leasehold and freehold. So I would say in Rwanda, when you acquire a land, you acquire what we call a leasehold.
Okay.
You don't get like a freehold.
Okay.
So for here in Rwanda, for a leasehold, it's 99 years. So let's say tomorrow, Rena, yes, you have your good money, you have your...
Meanwhile, I'll keep saying it. I feel like it is going to come true. The more you say
yeah,
it, the
you
more...
proclaim it. You're honestly gonna get it. 100
Yeah,
million.
I-
You
Duh.
sport, yeah,
Duh.
yeah, just
Nothing
like
below
that.
100.
Yeah, you get your 100 million, and then you want to get land here. So what's gonna happen when you get that land title? It's gonna be a leasehold. It's not a freehold.
Okay.
Being a leasehold, it means you own it like for 99 years. That is renewable. Yeah. So after that 99 years, you can actually renew the lease. But a lot of people confuse things. The fact that it's called a leasehold, it doesn't mean you don't have the rights. You do have the rights to your land. I'm very sure now the audience is like, what do you mean? No, you get your land. So it's like you get your ownership. But again, there are things you can do and there are things you cannot do. There are limits. So when I talk about the ownership you get when you have a leasehold here, you can sell it, you can mortgage it, you can,
yeah?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have all those rights to sell, to mortgage, to transfer, because some parents leave land to their kids and all that. But again, you need to understand there are limits to anything. Just the same as you have the rights, your rights, ends where my right starts. Yeah. So when it comes to land as well, you actually have all the rights, but you need to act in accordance, one, to the government plan. So tomorrow you might buy land and then you'll be like, but I have the right to use it.
Yeah.
But again, you need to know, maybe this is like the land for construction. You can't cultivate things here. So that's where people are like, but it's my land. But there are
and
limits
you're
to
like
things.
in an area whereby let's say it's residential and you want
Yeah,
to
you want
put
to
a
cultivate,
commercial building
exactly.
up. Cultivate is crazy.
Yeah, I mean, that's
in a commercial area. But imagine if I'm putting up buildings for you want to start planting banana plants.
But let me tell you, we've seen it here happening a lot, because you will see, because the city is actually developing, so we need more land, we need to build more commercial buildings. So you will see somebody who's staying somewhere where they have changed the plan, the master plan for the place where things were residential now are commercial.
Yeah.
But those people who have like residential places, they usually also have like a small part where they plant things like subsistence farming. And then they're like, me, I didn't have any other job. So I was living on this.
Yeah.
So like make it make sense to me. I would just say, yes, I understand, like that's a pain point. But again, when you look like the bigger picture, why the government is doing that, usually it's the better planning. So we even get all these development that we are seeing, healthcare and all that. So usually that's why I'm saying cultivating, because people are like, no, me, I want to keep my land residential because I get to have like a small part where I can have the farming and but again, you still have.
I think that is something someone should look out to, because I was going to ask you if I'm going to buy land, let's say. I feel like the more I say that I'm going to get the money, the more. So let's say I get the money, I get the money, and I want to buy land here in Rwanda. What steps would you think I would take, or what do you think I should look out for? Let's say I know nothing about it. What do you think I should look out for? I know for a fact I'm going to look for a broker.
Yeah.
Do you think I should look for a broker? Okay, what do you think I should handle? I'm not asking that you're an expert.
Yeah.
But you can okay, better than me. You can maybe
I
tell
can
me.
speak from a legal standpoint. Because I think a lot, especially maybe let me also touch the diaspora community because we've seen like a lot of cases where they've been scammed. I mean, it's easy.
Very easy.
Yeah. Because if you willing to send your hard-earned
Oh my
money.
God, the way I say it very easy, it's like I've done it before.
No, let me tell you, it's so
Yeah.
confusing. The fact that a person can just, I understand you actually want to do something good, but you gotta be vigilant on the way you're doing it. Because
Yeah.
you're sitting somewhere, you've just seen like a broker online that they're advertising, they're marketing. I mean, these days marketing is easy.
Very
I can just sell you nothing. I can sell you air.
Yeah, I know, right?
I can basically sell you air,
yeah.
and you believe that I have something going on.
Yeah.
So if the time of like being vigilant. That being said, I just think people need to first get like maybe an independent lawyer, because apart from you getting a broker, there is like some paperwork that has to be handled.
Yeah.
And I believe when you get like an independent lawyer, let's say maybe you've seen through that broker you were saying, well, you've seen online a broker saying this is this and that, and you appreciate the land. I think before you make any step forward, just get an independent lawyer, because one, they are going to help you check whether that land exists.
Yeah.
Because you might find
No, actually,
Yeah.
when people may get confused when they think that does it exist? I saw it, but me as seeing, because that's the thing with land. It's,
No, it
it's hard.
exists.
Yeah.
Yes, it's there, but who's on the paper? Yeah. So because it's easy when you get a land lawyer, they are able to access the system. Well, for now, I think it's kind of also easy for people here in Rwanda, because we do access a bit of different things through Irembo.
Irembo, yeah.
But some people don't really understand, what do I need to look for? So in terms you're not even here and you don't know what to look for, I suggest you get an independent lawyer. They go through everything with your broker, and then they let you know like this is what you do and this and that. So sometimes even when you get like there is something that happened that wasn't according to the law, you know where to ask.
Yeah.
Because now this person is a lawyer. If they scam you, their bar association so there is a way you can follow that, but like just a broker who's not registered anywhere, guys, let's be honest. But that would be different.
Yeah, I think that is something to note, regardless of what jurisdiction, whatever. When it comes to land,
Just common knowledge.
yeah, you just have to the kind of due diligence someone puts in is a bit higher. You have to. I feel like even when you have gotten from let's say the lawyer and the told you it's safe, go a step forward as you, and let's confirm, is this person the owner? Is this person registered in the registry? Is it, are there any
Please
mortgages
find a
on this
way to
particular
do
land?
that.
People will go and mortgage the land. You buy the land, and now you're taking over the debt.
Yeah,
Which
but
is crazy.
I will tell you the funny thing. Sometimes this is why I was keep insisting on you getting like an independent lawyer. I'll tell you a story. There is a time, I don't know, some people don't know caveats.
Yeah.
So
What is a caveat? Before we continue, please. Those people are watching.
Yeah, exactly. So this is when there is like an issue, when you have a land. Let's say I have my own land and I want to sell it tomorrow, but I mortgaged it in a bank. So the bank is going to put before like I was maybe I haven't paid the bank fully, so I can't again sell the land because it's under mortgage in that bank. So the bank can't allow me to sell it. So they put what we call a caveat. So that's for like a bank. There might be like another issue or something. So there are different various things that might be there. So it's basically something that doesn't allow, that shows this land has an issue or there is something going on. It's to alert you.
Yeah.
But some people just oversee that, and then sometimes you don't
why
even
would
know
they
what to look for.
oversee
No,
it?
it's just sometimes you don't even know what to look for
Yeah.
to start with. So for me, if I get like, a land, first of all, I know I need to check this and that. I need to check those caveats. I need to check A, B, and C. Yes, those are the informations you can easily get in the law, online if you Google. But there are always that expertise that lawyer can give you.
So let's say a person that actually can't get a lawyer. Do you think maybe if they go to, let's say, Ministry of Lands or what, they can actually do their own due diligence, do their own check, and say, I'm trying to get this land and land. I want to know, because I know when you have the certificate, the land title, it's always like written on the. I don't know if it's the same, if it's
Yeah.
the same thing as here.
Nah,
It's like there is a mortgage. This bank, and not like this written mortgage. What? But on part of. I don't know how. If you look at, I feel like someone when you go back home, look at your titles. Yeah, actually look at them.
you know, you rich people.
Yeah. Examine your title and see what's on. Yes, it has been transferred because it gets transferred from one person
To
let's say to another. But then also when it comes to the things that are on there, so if let's say BK is gave you a loan on that land, it has a certain thing like you were saying. It has ownership. In case you don't pay, it can easily sell and get its money.
Yeah, no, I understand where you're coming from, but let me tell you, yeah, the funny thing. So, you know, a person, if I want to scam you, guys, let's talk about it.
When people
If I
get
want to, like, you know, sell you something that doesn't exist, I can easily forge that.
yeah.
So, for you, yes, you can show me the land title and everything, but it can be forged.
It can be
So
very, yeah.
to me, it's more like you need to be able to check through that system.
Yeah,
You need
yeah.
to be able like to have that. It's not even. It doesn't ask a lot. It's easy. You need to be able to be open minded enough to be like, yes, if I'm going to buy land, I should look for A, B, and C. This is gonna help me to prevent A, B, and C. So yeah, I think basically apart from you getting an independent lawyer, let's say you can't afford one and you still want to get land, I think that's the way you should use. Just be attentive, don't rush. Like, because sometimes it's like, no, just don't rush, take your time, do your due diligence, maybe consult a few people they have already bought land before. You ask them the questions they have first.
But when people are making such decisions, they don't want to tell everyone that they're
Yeah,
buying
but that's
land.
what I'm saying.
They want
yes.
to move in silence, and then you
which
see.
which is understandable. You never know. Maybe you would send your village people.
But I get what you're saying. So from what like I've had, it would be best I get a lawyer to help me navigate everything. If I cannot afford a lawyer, I can
The
go
due
do it
diligence.
myself through a rainbow,
Yeah,
confirm this.
do that due diligence.
Yeah.
To me, like the basic thing, yes, do that due diligence. Start with a rainbow or start with the law. Know what you have to know, or listen to some podcasts, because I've seen people online talking about like what do you have to look for. Like we say, you can say like a caveat. Is there a caveat? How do I look for this? Yeah. So
And I think they can also do like the most I feel like they forget one thing. Let's say they take you for sightseeing. You get to the land, you see. I don't mean like sights. I mean like the
land
sights.
seeing.
SITE. So you get there and then you see the land, and this person is saying this one, they're the owner. Ask the neighbors. The neighbors may not even know the person. Yeah, the person, they just see you moving around with someone, taking pictures. And they will not come up to you.
I think
and
that
say,
happens. Like that concept.
It doesn't happen here.
No, I think that concept can work better in countrysides. Because in Kigali, let's say honestly, you don't even know your neighbor.
Yeah.
Like,
let me tell you, at least ask someone.
Yeah. Yes. I'm saying yes.
People like if you're owning land, you know who owns
That's
the
part
land
of the
next
due
to you.
diligence.
Yeah.
That's part of the due diligence. But I will tell you can't base on that. You can't rely on that. Yeah.
Because I know when it comes to, let's say you have been scammed and then you're trying to prove, because now the owner of the land actually has a title. Actually, before I would want you to also help me hint on that. If when I have a title, do I have undisputed rights over that land? Like it's mine, you can't tell me nothing. So let's say the person that owns the land, that was a side note. The person that owns the land, and then now we're having a dispute whereby they've already sold me that land. I also have a fake title, but you also have a title, and that you are the true owner of the land. And then we're going to court over the dispute. Let's say the person will also be involved in a way. So courts will want to know, did you take due diligence to find out if that land is actually this person's, the one who is selling it to you. So for you, if you didn't even do the basic things of
Yeah.
asking around to find out, is this person really the owner?
Yeah,
It may seem like you actually knew and just
yeah, you let it slide.
Yeah.
But I don't think anyone would want to lose their money. But honestly, yeah, it's best you do all the due diligence. As part of it, it should be like, asking neighbors, which I don't think you should rely on. Just do
No,
more
not
due
alone,
diligence.
yeah, of course.
Like you can ask at the sector why you're asking. Usually when you have a reason why you're doing something, they can easily help. But yeah, you're right. I think people should do that as well.
You see, yeah? Like help me on that part of when you own, like if I own the land, is it fully mine? I know I get the rights, but can someone challenge my rights when I have my title?
Yeah, it's more of like let me. It's just simple to me. I feel like it's simple. Let's say tomorrow, yeah, I bought a house, yeah, and then somebody came with a different land title where that house is, and then be like, oh, this is my house. The simple way we use, ADR, if it doesn't solve it, the mediation doesn't solve it, then we go to court. You easily file a case, just the normal, case procedure. I mean, the normal court procedure. And then whoever wins, whoever has the standing evidence. And part of those standing evidence will be like, who's the real owner? So if the real owner didn't sell, or he is the one who still has the title, then I mean, yes, you can have a land title and it can be challenged. Maybe a land title is fake. I can still challenge you.
Yeah. Also wanted to ask, do foreigners do foreigners get to own land as well? Do they have limitations? Because as a citizen, I think I can own land.
No, of course, any Rwandan citizen, you can easily own your land. Yeah. But I will tell you, even for foreigners, it's simple. You can actually still buy land. You can still acquire land here. There are a few restrictions though. Yes, a foreigner can come here, make one residential place. I mean, residential standard plot of land. When we say standards, you check the standards, which I think is 300 square meter.
Okay.
So you can get that. But again, it doesn't mean you can't have more. You can have more, but there is a catch. You always, let's say tomorrow you want to get like more land, to acquire more land. As a foreigner, you can show this pursues more in the investment project or investment line. So if you're going to show, like, I have a particular investment that I want to do, so I want more land, you can actually acquire that land, and then you can show the business plan. This is what I want to do, and then you can be allowed to acquire more land. So I don't think there are, many restrictions, but it's just in terms of like the size you can get as a foreigner. Also, the other thing which will differ will be, obviously, as a citizen, it's very straightforward because you hear everything. But yes, as a foreigner, I would also say it's again straightforward, but you need to show a little bit, more like, your passport, your criminal record. But when you're here as a citizen, you actually don't need all
Is that like the way there's that limitation for foreigners? Is there also a limitation on how much land I can own as a citizen?
Unless something changed yesterday.
So if I had my money, if I get my money, you're telling me?
Yeah, you can. I will. Don't you know people who have like who own? Who own? They used to say ngo basogo kwiru ngo bari bafite imisozi, which means they used to own like
hills.
Yeah, the hills.
I think it's not the same. At that moment.
Anyway, no, you can. But let me tell you,
if I had a whole ass hill.
If I had,
okay, sorry, it took us, but you can't buy. Okay. Can you?
You just need to like. Sometimes people just buy land.
It depends on my pocket.
Yeah, so you just need to show that yes, whatever you're using that land for benefits or benefits the community, or it also aligns with what the government's plan. But let me tell you, if I want to buy land and I have money, why should be restricted to do so as a citizen, as a as a local? Why should I be restricted just because I have
I
money?
get what you're saying. I get
So
what you're
why
saying.
should I? Yeah, because I
You know
wouldn't.
something. You know something interesting that I noticed. Of course, like different jurisdictions have different land laws, and but obviously sometimes the core principles are the same. But I've noticed Rwanda has a leasehold, but our neighbors, Kenya, Uganda, they have more than that. Yes, they have a leasehold, but
They
they have
have
more
a freehold.
freehold, a different,
Yeah.
Why is it that? Oh, like, can you explain to me how it is? Why it's like that? I don't know. I don't know.
No, me. This is like I would say it's more of like a personal opinion, and anybody else could like comment and expand on this. But I would say one of the reasons Rwanda has a leasehold system. Rwanda is a very small country in size. Yeah.
But reaching.
Yeah, rich other resources in terms of people, what we can do. But like when it comes to size, we are a very small country. So when you take a very small country and you let people, because a freehold and a leasehold is different. There are rights you have when you have a freehold that you can't have under a leasehold. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I believe the size of the country is one of the reason that influenced the system to be a leasehold system. Yeah, because now let's say tomorrow, for now, what I think is benefiting. If the government wants to plan, it actually helps in better planning, because now you're not gonna be that resistant. No, this is my land. I can't do this and that. So it's like, yes, it's your land, but again, there are limits. If it's in construction, or if it's in residential, if it's in commercial, you gotta do what aligns with the plan.
Yeah.
So I believe that should be one of the reasons, but also for the freehold, people jurisdiction where they have the freehold, I think even though it's different, you don't need to renew after 99 years. I believe you still have to abide with, align with what the government also.
Yeah. I think even the government can still buy the land from you even when you have a
but
freehold.
I think it's gonna take a bit of.
But actually, that actually reminds me of some. I used to. There's a mall. I don't want to say if it's. I don't know if it's really a mall, but there's a mall in Uganda, yeah, and it's on the roadside along Entebbe Road. But the funniest thing is, because obviously it's a big building, it's a mall, and then the buildings next to it are also like huge, but then there is this one tiny house. It's old. I feel like the person refused to sell. The person refused to sell. The person is like, nah, you can't do nothing. This is my land. I own this land. And then it looks bad. I'm not going to lie. It's on the road. It looks bad. You see a huge mall. Next to it is a tiny old house.
Yeah.
Maybe if they could maybe construct. I think they're like, nah, we're not selling as well. So I see how that helps have more of a smart city. A system that aligns, if let's say here we're going to have only high-rise buildings. It is.
No, I know this is something like, you can disagree about, because some people are like, but now you're telling us to move away from the city. Where are we going? We were born here. But sometimes you gotta be, a bit flexible, because it's the betterment for the whole country. It's not like, the government is looking at a certain particular people, right? So it's looking at all of us. So maybe it's a road. This is like how do you call them? This is like
an easement.
Yeah, like those infrastructures that touches to a lot of people's lives. to the communities.
like a hospital.
Yeah, like a hospital, roads. So unless they tell you to move and maybe another person is going to come and live there and do what you could have done. Because also, if you can't, let's say, the way they say, yes, this particular place is going to be maybe for, story what towers. And then like a two-story.
Yeah.
Or
It
it's
just
going,
very does. Yeah.
or it's gonna be for sky scrappers, what and what.
Skyscrapers.
Yeah, sky scrappers.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, let's say they say it's gonna be for skyscrapers. So it's not like they are not looking at you, but they are looking at the master plan. They are looking at the way, because now Kigali is a clean city. It's ranked
Yeah.
one of the best cleanest city in the world.
It is a clean
So
city.
if we didn't have like all these things, because we know where there used to be like those buildings that are yes,
Yeah.
that are old and everything, but because of the way we understood, like maybe the system is not here to actually penalize us, but in a way of improving the life of the community.
Yeah, I
Then,
get-
it's people should stop thinking they're attacking them. It's not like a personal thing. It's just
I fully understand. And the beauty with, let's say, if the government wants to put up something, they will compensate you.
yeah,
They compensate you.
expropriation. They
Yeah.
will expropriate,
They-
and then you get some money. Yeah.
And also, there are times, there are different situations where you actually have to move. And it's, let's say, they can ask you, this area is going to be designated for this type of housing, and you cannot afford to put up a 3-storied building. You cannot afford. You can afford a flat, a bungalow, which is also okay. Or it's not even about affording. For you, that's what you prefer. You prefer to have a bungalow compared to like a flat. And then they're saying, here we only want like flats in the neighborhood, because that's the plan that we have for the country.
Yeah.
It makes sense. If you can afford to do it, or if you can do it, then do it. If you can't, then move somewhere else where such restrictions are not there, which is okay.
Yeah. Also, I think, when you're gonna acquire land, I think you also need to check about the urban planning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think that's actually true.
Because there is that's one of the mistake we make. So today, because a land is affordable, you don't check like what's the urban planning. Like in 5 years, what's the city plan going to be like? And then you start blaming who? The government. But you knew like this was there. The paperwork
the
was
information
there.
is
Yeah,
out
you
there.
actually need to only access those because the information is ready and waiting for you. So if you don't take that into consideration, you're going to be among those people who think it's a personal thing when they move you. It's
I
not a
think-
personal thing.
Yeah, it actually goes back to the whole due diligence thing. People should take, when we said people should take due diligence.
Yeah,
Like,
they
let's
should
say
take
we
it as
take
a serious thing.
precautions, like steps when you are buying land, the same way you take the steps when you are getting a partner. Yeah, and you analyze this person
Okay,
for
that's-
years and years, right? And you're like, I don't want to make a mistake. The same way you should do that as well when it
Actually, you
comes to
should
land.
even take more time.
Yes. But no, I totally understand what you're saying. And yeah, it actually
Yeah.
makes sense. So I have a question, as another question. Do land taxes exist in Rwanda?
Yeah, they do exist. So
Expand on that.
So, well, just I will give you an example. When you have land here in Rwanda, just as you pay, tax after year for a car, you're gonna pay tax, like an annual tax for land. So it's just like a normal practice. It's usually not like a lot of money, but yes, you gotta pay, some tax. And also there are like other fees associated when you want maybe to transfer land, when you want to do when you want to change different things. Let's say maybe my parents had land and they wanted to give it to me, to transfer it to me. There is an amount you still have to pay, for paperwork and also for registration. Yeah. But yes, you still have to pay taxes annually. Yeah. So, guys, I think if we keep talking about land, we cannot, end the conversation. But like all in all, I really want us to think of land, yes, as a way of saving one, but also as a way of building wealth. Mostly, it's gonna be a way of building wealth when you roll forward, like when you think forward,
Yeah.
when you be realistic. If I buy this land, what am I going to do? Or am I going to develop? Am I going to do this and that? Because if now you buy land and you let it be,
You let it sit
this is actually more of saving. So if you actually want to build wealth, maybe I suggest you look more other options. Yes, land is still an option,
Yeah.
but you can actually look for other options. And when you want to acquire land, look for those laws. Laws exist, yeah? Know what protects you and know how to go about it. Know who to talk to. As I said, if you have the money and you don't have time, get an independent lawyer. They will do the research for you. They will make sure you don't get issues, like in the future. They will avoid you making any mistake. But again, if you don't have that kind of money and you're, just 20 something or and you really want got that small money and you want to start saving, it's time you start reading, do your due diligence. There is a landlord, there is Irembo, you can ask some land lawyers. It could be just you paying a little consultant fee to see how it basically works. But all in all, we just want you guys to pay attention, be vigilant. Scammers are there. They really want to take your money.
Yeah.
I mean, that's free money. 'Cause-
Really free money.
Yeah.
That's all in air.
So yeah, I think that would be all for today. It was FTN as always. Until next time. Bye bye. Yeah. But again, I would say
Let's flip the narrative.